Hello, science enthusiasts! Today, we're going to tackle a topic that we often overlook, but which can be very interesting from an evolutionary perspective. Do you think sneezing is just a reflex, or does it have an evolutionary meaning? Sneezing evolutionarily. Did you know that sneezing has a very important and complex evolutionary history that cannot be ignored in the scientific world? Let's discover the scientific and evolutionary secrets of sneezing together. We'll talk about an action that we all do from time to time, sometimes we don't, but we always find interesting: sneezing. Sneezing is a reflex that our body develops as a natural defense mechanism. So, how did sneezing come about? What does sneezing do evolutionarily? And most importantly, why do we sneeze when we look at light? Stay tuned to find out the answers to these questions. The world of science behind sneezing is quite interesting. Sneezing acts as a natural defense mechanism of our body. Foreign particles or irritants that enter our nose or respiratory tract send signals to nerve endings. As soon as our brain receives these signals, it initiates sneezing as a reaction. This is our body's way of reacting instantly to potential dangers. However, it doesn't end there. Sneezing also needs to be analyzed from an evolutionary perspective. When we consider how sneezing has been shaped during human evolution, interesting perspectives emerge. In the environments in which our ancestors lived, we can imagine that sneezing not only helped to protect the individual, but also to keep the community safe by increasing group cohesion. Studying this from a scientific point of view can help us understand how sneezing is not just a biological reflex, but how it contributes to the solidarity of human communities. Sneezing is a semi-autonomous expulsion of air from the lungs through the nose and mouth, caused by particles irritating the nasal mucosa. The speed of a sneeze can reach up to 160 kilometers per hour. When you are trying to sneeze but can't sneeze, you may have been advised by your elders: lift your head up and look at the light. If you have followed this advice, you may have seen that it works. The reason why this advice works is that it is based on a scientific basis. Sneezing when looking at light is called photic sneezing. This reflex is known to trigger the sneezing reflex in some people, especially when exposed to bright light. The photic sneezing reflex is usually triggered by looking at bright sunlight. Looking directly at the light or a sudden switch to sunlight triggers the sneezing reflex in some people. This reflex can result in particularly fast and violent sneezes. Although the cause of the photic sneeze reflex is not fully understood, genetic factors are thought to play a role. If parents have this reflex, it may increase the likelihood that their children will also have it. One theory concerns the interaction between nerves that send signals to different parts of the face. According to this theory, light-sensing cells in our eyes transmit light information through the optic nerve in the brain. However, these signals sometimes reach the trigeminal nerve by mistake. The trigeminal nerve is one of the sensory and motor nerves in our face and also controls the nasal mucosa. This nerve recognizes the light signal as an irritation and tells the brain to initiate a sneeze reflex. Another theory is that it may be the result of a process called parasympathetic generalization. According to this theory, the light-sensing cells in our eyes, when exposed to light, stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, which causes our pupils to shrink. This nervous system also increases the secretion of nasal mucus. This secretion irritates the nasal mucosa and triggers the sneezing reflex. The evolutionary purpose of the photic sneeze reflex is unknown. Some researchers suggest that the reflex is the result of a mutation and is harmless and therefore not under selection pressure. Others claim that this reflex enhances the function of light-sensing cells in the eyes or cleanses the nasal mucosa. In short, sneezing is a protective reflex, an evolutionarily evolved mechanism to protect the body from potential danger. When you sneeze, this rapid release of air helps to cleanse your body of irritants, foreign particles, and harmful microorganisms. The photic sneeze reflex is an interesting phenomenon that causes you to sneeze when you look at light. Although the exact cause and function of this reflex is unknown, genetic and neural factors are thought to be involved. This concludes this video, and I hope I've given you an evolutionary overview of sneezing. If you liked our video, please press the like button and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video. Goodbye.